everybody, my name is Amy. Welcome back to my channel. This is a face you haven't seen in a while, and I know, and let me tell you, every time I make a new video on here, I always say how much I miss making videos and how much I want to come back and I'm going to be more consistent, and then I just don't. It's been several months since I've posted a video, and trust me, I'm irritated with myself because of that, but I really want to do better. Just do better. I have no words other than do better. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate it. I have a lot of you who catch my videos every time still, and I truly appreciate you guys. But really, I do really miss making content here on YouTube, and I want to be more consistent with it. I've got a few things to show you guys today. Little mix and match, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot a project over there that I'll have to go get in just a second. You can find me over on TikTok. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. I've been making TikTok videos. I've slowly started putting crafting videos in there. It's mostly lifestyle if you're interested in that, because I have so many hobbies that I kind of kept my craft stuff on YouTube and used TikTok for my other stuff, not craft related, that are kind of like my other hobbies. So let's see. I'm not used to the angle where my phone is at right now. Usually I'm used to my camera being there, and I am here, and the actual lens is way over here. And so if I'm not looking at you, that's probably why I'm not cross-eyed, I swear. I feel like I need to reintroduce myself before I get started. So if I didn't already say, my name is Amy. I am currently living in Tucson, Arizona. I am a second grade teacher. I have been teaching second grade for 4 years. I'm about to graduate with my master's degree in education in about 4 weeks. I'm super excited about that. I'm almost finished with my applied project, and after that's like the last project before. So far things are working out pretty good. I'm just excited to be done and see where it takes me. I'm still going to stay in the classroom. I have 3 kids, currently a single mom of those 3 kids. I have a 19-year-old, a 13-year-old, and an 11-year-old, soon to be 14 and 12, because their birthdays are also coming up in 4 and 6 weeks. So there's also that. Absolutely love living in Tucson. I've lived here for about 3.5 years, coming up on 4 years as well. And one thing that doesn't change about me is my love for crafting. So without further ado, let's get started with the cross stitch first, because that's probably what all of you are here for. Something that I've been working on and off for, if I have the original picture, I'll put it here because I don't know what happened to it, is this project. And this is where I'm at right now. It's super hard to show these in camera. This is, I've been trying to finish Jason here. He is almost done. I just need this top corner. So the little bit of this maroon and a couple of these like yellow stitches up in here, and then he will be done. I stitched a lot of the border coming across this way. I think I can finish that with one more strand. Did the border all the way up, and then I started coming this way and just kind of moving all over. But I do really want to finish him, and then I had also started on, oh, who is on this side? I think this is a Hellraiser, if I'm not mistaken. So it says friends, and then each one is a horror character. So Jason, Hellraiser, Freddy is in here, Scream. I'm trying to remember who else is in here. I think it, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it is right here. I don't know. The picture would have been there a minute ago. So that's where I'm at right now. This is taking a little bit longer. Some of these shapes are getting harder to see for me. There's a lot of ones that are dots, and then I've noticed with stamped pieces, I stitch them in hand, which is why it's rolled up down here, and it starts like wearing the color of the cube on, or the square on the Ada. And so then when I come over here, I'm trying to decide, well, is it purple or is it maroon, or is it maybe this pink down here? And so that's when it can kind of get tricky. And especially these ones, like it's maroon with freaking yellow background behind it, but then sometimes it wears and then it looks like it's this color. That's been kind of annoying, and the charts that come with them are not great. What can I do? I recently started this, but I only put in, I don't think I have a main picture of it, so I'm going to show it from back here. It's this Ravenclaw crest. I got this for free, if I'm not mistaken, from... Oh gosh. Oh please. I don't know. I did find it online because, oh, The World in Stitches is where it's from. I'm sure they have a picture. If they do, I'll put it here. And I've only got that line. So I started in the middle, on the bottom banner, actually. So I want to get that done. I just having a really hard time reading the pattern because of the way that it comes. It doesn't come any bigger. And so I'm having a really hard time just seeing the stitches and the color of the stitches, because the key they're so dark that I can't decipher between the 939 and the 820, which is this top one and this top one. It just can't do it. So I'm trying my best. I'd really like to have that pattern done because I'm a Ravenclaw and it's not big by any means. I don't know what count this is, by the way. I'm stitching this on a piece of pink chocolate is the color, and it is 32 count Joblin by Be Stitch Me. If you guys are not new here, you know that I am a Be Stitch Me snob. I like to dye my own fabric, but most of the time I don't have time or patience to do it. I know how. I have a lot of my own dyed fabric as well. I've never sold it. I used to sell a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it is a nice, like, milk chocolatey, brown, like a tan color. I think pink chocolate is the right name for it because it has a very slight hint of pink in it. If I had better lighting, you guys would be able to tell because you can't really see it at all. But you can see the modeling in here is a freaking amazing. I love Be Stitch Me and I love Joblin. Those are my two, like, hands down things. So this one, I don't want to take this out of the Q stamp because it's so hard to freaking put in. So this is Tarot, Nostalgic Tarot is what it's called, from the Witchy Stitcher. I don't think, so this is the frame. I don't have what it looks like with all of the pieces in there. But if you check her Instagram, if they have one, I'll put it here. I don't have very much. I was working on the squares. So since the last time I've gotten just this done. And I think these 3 squares are done at the top. And she just released a couple more patterns in October. So now I have, what's this one called? Wheel of Fortune. She released 2 different versions. So there's one with ghosts and there's one, they both have ghosts, but one is a 90s version. So the inside of the wheel is 90s things. It's got like a Tamagotchi and a Game Boy and a Blockbuster ticket. And this other one has little skulls. I printed both because I can't decide. And then Judgment is the other one that she released this month. So I'm missing, I think, 3 of them because I accidentally missed a month because she only comes out with them every other month. And I do get them technically for free because I'm a member of her Patreon. I joined her Patreon solely just to get this sell because it's slightly cheaper than pay. I feel like it's probably half the price because if not, you have to buy each pattern individually. And I think I pay about $5 a month for her Patreon. I'll show you what the top looks like. So that's what the top looks like. I'm not quite finished with the top either, but I am finished with the letters. It's so cute. I'm not really like a colorful kind of person, and a lot of the squares aren't really my vibe, but it reminds me, it's still kind of like goth, and it reminds me of still kind of very like Lisa Frank-esque, and I was a Lisa Frank girly, and so that's been like huge part of my childhood is that. So let me slide these guys back in there. Oh, please. Oh, I accidentally printed that guy on cardstock, so I'm just gonna scooch on in there. I also have this in a project bag that I made myself. This was a fabric that I got from a local, a woman local to me who sells fabric only locally. And so I purchased this fabric yard from her, and it's just like these African ladies carrying these, some of them are carrying the barrels on their head, some of them are just carrying like the walking sticks and stirring pots and things like that. And I just thought that it was absolutely stunning and needed to purchase it. And I put a piece of batik on the inside. I do make all of my own project bags now. I didn't start out that way, but I was horrified at how much they cost to buy. Now I understand why they cost what they do, but I would still rather purchase them myself. So I taught myself how to sew, and that's the main thing I sew is project bags. So there's that. The only other thing I've been working on is, I don't know where I got this from. I think somebody gifted it to me. This is, I don't know. It's probably a stolen piece of artwork. I think I don't, when I used to buy and sell a lot of cross stitch stuff, I would get a lot of free stuff too. And most of my stamped pieces I've gotten rid of. I used to have so many Joy Sundays. If you guys go back to like 2018, 2019 videos, I had a lot of stamped pieces. I have probably 3% of those now. I haven't bought any new one. The only new one that I purchased is that one down there. The Friends one. And that one was purchased probably a year ago, I would say. So this is what this one looks like. I started this one recently because I wanted to stitch in bed, and my stamped pieces, I've been stitching them in hand. And I started the bottom. And I've gotten a good chunk of it right here. And I started coming up right here. I do cross country with my stamped pieces. I'm trying to do like an informal diagonal on it. And so right now I'm going to come up and finish when I start again, not right now, but when I stitch on this again, I'm going to come up with this 23 color and bring it up. So there's going to be a lot of background here. I haven't finished any of my stamped pieces. This is what the whole thing looks like. And so I'm very curious to see if this is actually going to look the way that, it looks on here. So that's the piece that I've been working on recently. I'm going to leave that separate because I'll pull that out. So last time when I showed you guys was something that I've been wanting to pull out to work on like relatively soon, and I pulled this project out and I still haven't worked on it. This project is not leaving my brain. Like, I need to work on this project. It is Mini Heaven's Window by Heaven and Earth Designs. I no longer purchase from Heaven and Earth Designs. I have plenty. I have enough. I don't need any more. I could probably stitch strictly Heaven and Earth Designs for the rest of my life, and I would still probably never finish. All of the patterns that I have from them are probably not even all the ones that I have kitted up, because I have probably about 20 of them kitted up and probably another 50 in my, I'm exaggerating, maybe not that many, but it's at least another 20 in my binder, not kitted up. So anyway, this is artwork by Andy Russell, great dude. I used to license his artwork when I did diamond paintings. Really kind of no nonsense type of dude. This is charted by Heaven Earth Designs. This is mini, so it is supposedly going to be 13 by about 9-ish inches. I started this on, I didn't talk about the fabric, the tarot. I'll talk about it in a second. And I'm just charting this on 18 count Aida, or working on this on 18 count Aida. And this is all I have. I started in the bottom right hand corner. I had to sew on some extra fabric because it wasn't fitting in my Q-snap right. So it's very red. Sorry, couldn't see this. It's very red in here. It is definitely one of those trust the process things. Lots of orange. And what was getting me, what I was hung up on, was this bush right here. It's very dark. And I think a lot of that bottom is 310. And I was a little put off by that because the actual picture, the bush isn't that dark, where I would think that it was 310. So this is the bush. Forgive my nails. I ripped them all off a couple of days ago, and I should have just went in for a fill, and I didn't, and now they look horrendous. The bottom of this is 310, and that's what I've stitched. And this down here, this was all red. You can clearly see it's more of like an orangey, like dusk color. I don't know how to explain it. And in the actual chart, it's this maroon. I know I need to trust the process, and I'm trying to trust the process. This is just such a beautiful picture, and I really love the minis. And this was one that I felt like didn't really lose the quality. You know, when they make minis, you usually lose a lot of the detail, and I didn't feel like that happened with this one, so I was comfortable getting the mini. This one I am actually using paper chart, but I do believe that I went through and converted it in pattern keeper. I may not have. If I didn't, I'm gonna do that before I stitch it again, because I only have this one page. Starting in that bottom corner put me at page 11, so you know, there's that. Just gonna put that right by there. So there's that. So this has been out. This has been living on my TV stand because it's something that I've been wanting to work on and just haven't. This project bag I didn't make. This is one of the ones that I ordered one of the first times, and quickly realized that I didn't like this style of project bag with the clear vinyl, because I don't like when you, so the vinyl goes to the edge, but what I don't like is that I stand my project bags up like this, and then they bend here, and it just folds. Even the top, like it stands up this way in my cube shelf, and even the top continuously bends down for like no reason. There's nothing up here. It's not stiff because the plastic ends right here are the vinyl. I just didn't like that, and so it makes it, I don't know, it just bothers me for some reason. This bad boy, sorry, I'm out of practice, okay? This is on a piece of 18 count Aida that I dyed myself. I dyed it a black and gray situation here. The whole thing. I wish I could take it out and show you guys like the entire thing. I don't think I have a picture of it, but I do believe I've showed it better in other videos. You might not even have to go back that far, maybe one or two. But it came out freaking gorgeous, like stunning, and I'm obsessed with it because I think the original one that she's doing is actually on black. I wasn't about to stitch that. And the color is a little bit darker in person. It's not as dull looking as it is on camera, but it looks amazing. I also dyed my Supernatural project. It's not a Supernatural project. It's the Universal Monster Cell. I dyed that one too. So when I was printing the last two charts from Witchy Stitcher, I noticed that she had some new charts in her Patreon. So I downloaded a couple of them. I downloaded this one, which now that I'm looking at it, I'm not as fond of it. This one's called Abra Abducted. I'm not as fond of this one anymore. They're just in her Patreon because I'm a member already. I have access to these. So there's those two. I also downloaded these guys. These are freaking adorable. These are called Spectral Celebrations. So they're part of the Teeny Weeny Halloweeny series. So that was part 4. This is part 3. The others I just didn't care for. But these are super freaking adorable, and I would love to find these, something similar to these frames to put them up at Halloween. So cute. These are probably just going to go in my binder because I don't plan on stitching them. And then I also got part 2, which is Meowsterpiece Theater, because I love cats, and that's what that looks like. Freaking adorable. I might even change this shape to be like an actual saguaro cactus. Yeah. Then I was in Reddit cross stitch group, and I saw somebody that posted this finished piece and was freaking blown away at how amazing this freaking looks. It's stunning. This is, I don't like these shops on Etsy don't have the freaking name of anything. It says Tidy Patterns. I will try to remember to put the link to that Etsy shop or the link to this pattern in the description. It was on Reddit, and I asked for the link. They sent it to me. Oh my god, it's freaking stunning. I don't know what background I would choose because I get tired of stitching on this freaking like cream colored tan type of Aida. I find it incredibly boring. But there's a lot of goldish colors with the blue, so I'm not really sure. I feel like Silvery Moon Lugana from Zweigart would be a good one. But I feel like with the blue and there's a little bit of gray, I feel like it might not pop as much. I feel like black, no, because that looks like a lot of 310. I don't know. Isn't it beautiful though? Absolutely freaking just love it. It calls, and doesn't even have that many colors in it. It calls to do it on 16 count Aida, and on 14 count, the finished size is 12.8 by 12. So I would say 13 by 12. That's not even that big. I mean, yes and no. And it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 colors. It's amazing. I can't get over it. I'm like gasping. All right, so moving on to other projects. I picked up a new hobby, guys. Not that I need a new hobby. I've shown this one on my TikTok recently. I threw the other cover away. I ordered these kits from Busilla. These felt stocking kits. They look like this. They're Christmas stockings. They're made out of felt. I had no idea these existed. In some type of way, I kind of did know that they exist, and in another type of way, like I didn't know they existed. And so I ended up purchasing one. I went on the website and purchased one. You have to make it. So it comes in pieces. You have to cut the pieces out. It comes in like stamped on, and then you have to cut all the pieces out. So this was the first one I made. This one's completely done. The only thing it doesn't have is my name, which I ended up doing here. I haven't attached it yet because I hate the way my name came out. Stitching freehand letters on here is absolutely terrible, and nothing writes on felt in a way that you wouldn't be able to see it once you put your stitches in. So that was a nightmare. I've already sewed the backing on. Next one, I'm going to put a liner in it because you can see the inside, but I don't really plan on using it other than for decoration. It's freaking gorgeous. This is kind of bothering me. I might stitch the hat down because I don't like how it's sticking up, but the direction said to leave it, but I might actually put a stitch in there to hold it down. But it's so freaking cute, and look at that freaking sparkle on these. This one was called Arctic Santa. This is the first one I did. So any mistakes you see, like you can kind of see the black lines on some of them where I cut the felt pieces too short, but I'm okay with that. This is my first one, okay? So the lighting went a little wonky because of that. Let's fix it a little. I don't know if that worked. So I started another one. I told my daughter to pick one out. This is the one that she picked. I told her to try to find one with her name on it so I can practice that. I'm going to try it again. Hopefully I don't screw it up. This is the one that she picked. I've already made changes because I don't like the silver thread that came with it. It's kind of like, what's that shit called that nobody likes? Krynick. It's similar to that. So this is where I've gotten on it compared to that. So, I mean, not bad. You know, it's taking me a lot longer, but I am working on it a lot less. The tree, look at the tree. You see the freaking sparkle in these? Oh, look at how it's glittering. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. So I did use the silvery floss here. You're supposed to use it on the bottom of all the like tree things. I freaking hated it. Used it here, and then that was it. I ended up switching it out. I got some little leaves down here. I ended up switching it out for, oh no, I just tipped a bead over. The silver satin from DMC. This is $4.15. Definitely not going to get the same sparkle, but it does have the sheen to it, and I feel like it's going to be fine. I've already added a couple of it in here. It doesn't look nearly as good as the sparkly stuff, but definitely better than just using a plain floss. And I've been obsessed with it. It's been so much fun. I did not need another fucking hobby. Whoa, what happened to you guys? Did not need another fucking hobby, but here I am with another fucking hobby. So there's that. And then I started a new crochet project. Let me show you that. So I'll have to show you, trying to focus it, a picture of what it looks like here. I'm using Karen Cake's Fairy Cake. Smells good. I purchased these off a lady off of Buy and Sell. So this is what it looks like. Ended up with a bunch of these. I think I have 2 of these actually. Why does this smell like that? And this is where I'm at. So the idea, as you can see, is to do that. I think it's so stinking cute and I love it. And this is what it looks like. It is pretty light. Honestly, I could probably stop and just use this as a scarf for ear, but I really like the hood thing. And I like the idea of being able to use it that way. And so I've really perfected my edges here. Front, I don't know what happened here. I think I missed a stitch. But I've really gotten better at making my edges straight. I've been crocheting for years, guys, like millions of years, but there's all things that we need to work on. Not millions of years, but I learned how to crochet when I was probably, oh gosh, I don't know, 12, maybe 11 or 10, just double crochet. I only knew how to just double crochet and single crochet. And then when I was about 17, I started kind of getting really into it when I became a stay-at-home mom, and really picked it up when I was about 23, 22. And now I can do pretty much anything. I've done so many things. I've made a lot of gifts. I got this free on TikTok shop. I'll try to link the video below so you guys can check out the video that I made. I need to make another video with this because this is the freaking cutest thing ever. There's so many cool freaking granny squares in here, and I'm seriously considering making a blanket out of a couple of them. I want to do a stained glass one. That one, I think it would be so cute, but there is one in here that I cannot get over. I keep forgetting. I think with different colors, this would be so freaking amazing. I cannot get over this freaking stitch. I've never seen this in my life. This is called Spike Square. It just, yeah. So anyway, this was an amazing freaking score on TikTok shop. I wasn't even notified that I was getting this sample until it was about to be delivered. I was like, oh my God, they gave it to me. TikTok has been amazing, guys. Haven't really made any money on it, but it has been just fun. Why does this smell so good? It smells really like cotton candy or something. Anyway, those are my projects, guys. That's really it. Really wanted to keep this video shorter. I don't think I have to do much editing. I'm really gonna try my hardest to be back. My crafting doesn't stop. I'm still crafting and I'm still doing things. I've done a couple of other things. I don't know if I even showed you guys, like the felt ornament, not the felt ornaments, the fabric ornaments that I was making. I do want to make some more of those. I made several baby blankets a couple of months ago for my boyfriend. He has 3 grandkids. He's had 2 since I've been dating him, and then he just had another one. And so I was like, oh, you know what? Like, do you mind if I make them blankets? I made each of his grandchildren a baby blanket. They absolutely loved it. There's so many things. Oh, I poked my eye. So many things that I just love to do. So yeah, I hope I didn't lose too much of my audience. I'm going to try a lot harder to be back a little bit more regular. I did a whip parade, I believe. Not a lot has changed since that video, even though it's probably been almost a year or maybe 6 months to a year since I've done that video. Not a lot has changed because I'm not actively purchasing things. like I used to. I'm not actively collecting things like I used to. And then because most of my projects are so big, I'm not finishing things either like that. And I'm definitely not stitching as much as I used to, because I used to just diamond paint, cross stitch, and crochet. Sewing was to help my cross stitching. And now I'm making quilts and doing other things and so many other projects. I'm not just crocheting, but slowly but surely. Okay. Slowly but surely. I want to be just always busy, just so many things to do. So anyway, I actually really want to watch the movie Black Phone. So that's what I'm going to do right now. After I get off of this, I'm going to save this video editing for tomorrow. And I'm going to watch Black Phone. I'm going to cross stitch, I think, and go to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I really hope to see you guys at the next video.